So, and let's get straight into our tutorial on open number lines. Over the next several days, we're going to be working with open number lines. So you're going to see this um, for homework. They'll be working on it in class, and eventually we will take a test on it. Now, we did open number lines earlier during the school year. Um, it was hit and miss for some, and there were a lot of questions. Now, we have circled back to open number lines, and so let me give you a little rationale for why we're teaching open number lines. An open number line, like you see here, is a blank number line. So it's not already set up in increments of ones or tens or fives or however you want to count by. It is open so that students, when using it either with addition or subtraction problems, and they will eventually do subtraction, but we're starting with addition, that they can start the number line with their greatest add-in. So in an addition problem, you have two add-ins, and you always start the open number line with the greatest add-in. So you can start with the greatest add-in and then break the second add-in into its place value. So that's it's hundreds, tens, and ones, tens and hundreds, this whatever is in the number, and it allows them to show the jumps and to keep track of each place that they're adding. The idea is for them to eventually learn how to do this mentally. It means visualize it in their head and not have to have this. Please, please, please do not do your standard algorithm where they line the numbers up. It is about the strategy and moving them to mental math. So they have to be able to do these problems the same way that you see them on the in this video. So when they come home with their homework, you're going to see these open number lines. When the homework returns, I need to see those number lines completed and not just the answer to the problem. That will not be helpful on the test. They must learn the strategy. Now, there are several ways that this strategy can be shown to them or they be asked to produce it. So I'm going to give you 4 ways here. These are ways that they're definitely going to see it in class for homework and on the assessment. So we'll start with where they have just your basic equation. So here you have 648 plus 134. 648 is the larger of the two add-ins, so it will go on the number line first. The next thing you would do is with the 134, you're going to add that 134 by making the jumps on the number line using the numbers in their place value. So here you have 1 in the hundreds place, 3 in the tens place, 4 in the ones place. So the first jump we will have to make, we'll start with our largest place value, which is 100. And then we'll write what the jump is worth based on the place value. So they're doing that one jump for that 100 that they have. 100 plus 648 is 748. Now, earlier in the week, we were doing 10 more or 100 more. So they've learned that in most cases, when you're adding 100 to your number, the only place value that changes is the hundreds place, and the tens and the ones usually stays the same unless there's a 9 here. Or, excuse me, a 9 here. Okay? So we add that 100 to here, we get 748. So then we move to the tens place where we have 3 tens. So that means 3 jumps of 10. And they need to label each jump. So with that first jump, 10 plus 748, you're adding tens to the tens. So the hundreds will stay the same. The ones will stay the same. 10 plus 748 will give you 758. Next 10 plus 758 will give you 768. And one more, 10 plus 768 will give you 778. So now we put jumps in for our hundreds, for our three tens. Now we must put in 4 jumps for each one of our ones. 1 plus 778 will give us 779. 1 plus 779 will give us 780. 1 plus 780 will give us 781. And 1 plus 781 will give us 782. So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, your 1, 2, 3 tens, and your 100. So 648 plus 134 is 782. Okay, so that is one way that they can see the open number line as a way for them to solve the problem. Another possible way is they could have, again, your equation. In this case, you have 582 plus 232. Now, here they've already put in the largest add-in and they've already put in the jumps, but now they have to do the math to find the sum. So when you look at this, 100 plus 582 is going to give you 682. 100 plus 682 is going to give you 782. So if you've taken care of both of those hundreds, you had two hundreds. Okay. So now you have 3 tens. And you have two, and they've shown you 3 tens. So 10 plus 782 is going to give you 792. Now, remember earlier in the video, I told you that the students know that typically when you're adding tens to the tens place, the ones stay the same, the hundreds stay the same, and only the tens place change, except where there's a 9. So here in the tens place, you have 792. In that tens place, you have a 9. So if you add 10 to 792, well, 0 plus 2 is still going to give you 2. So the ones is actually going to stay the same. But in this case, the 9 in the tens place and the 7 in the hundreds place will both change, because 1 plus 9 is 10. So now when you think about the tens place, a 9 in the tens place, if you look at the value of that 9, is 90. If you add 10 more to that, that will give you 100. Okay? Because you can't have 100 tens. You now, that tens place now is filled with a 0. You take that 100 and you take it to the hundreds place, and that 7 becomes 8. So 10 plus 792 is 802. We still have a 10 left. So 10 plus 802 will give us 812. And then we still have our two ones to put in. So 812 plus 1 is 813. 813 plus 1 is 814. So 582 plus 232 will give us 814. Okay. Now, they will also have to do word problem for open number lines. So let's look at this word problem. James read 456 books. Excuse me, 456 pages of a book. And then he read 411 more pages. How many pages did James read in total? So when you're finding the total of something, you're finding the sum. So what are the numbers that we're adding? Well, James started out, he read 456 pages. Then James read 411 more pages. Okay. When you look at the two numbers, remember you start an open number line with the largest add-in. So 456 is larger than 411. Yes, you have two fours in the hundreds place. They are the same if you're comparing them. But when you compare the tens place, you have 5 tens and 1 10. 5 is larger than 1, so this is the larger add-in. And you will start the number line with 456. Now, because you have 4 in the hundreds place for 411, you will have to have 400s jumps. Okay? And remember, you label each jump. So this is your first 100. So 100 plus 456 will give you 556. 100 plus 556 will give you 656. You still have two more hundreds to go because you had four of them. 100 plus 656 will give you 756. And our last 100 jump, 100 plus 756 will give us 856. So we've taken care of all of our hundreds. Now we have a 1 in the tens place, which means we have 110. So we're going to make a 10 jump. 10 plus 856. Now we're adding to the tens place. So 0, 6 plus 0 is going to give you 6. So the ones are going to stay the same. 1 plus 5 is going to give you 6. So this is now 866. And then we have a 1 in the ones place. And that will give us 867. So if you write that out in equation form, 456 plus 411 is equal to 867. Okay. And last but certainly not least, another way that they can see this is that you have the open number line. The jumps are already on the number line and they are labeled. And then you have the numbers in boxes and you need to place them in the correct order on the open number line to find out what the sum is. So in this case, you have 432 plus 202, and you want to know what that is equal to. So remember, we have said that the open number line starts with the largest add-in. The largest add-in here is 432. So you will find that box that's 432, and you will place it at the beginning of the number line because that's the number that you will start with. So your first jump adds 100 to 432. Well, 100 plus 432 is going to give you 532. So you find the box, you put it on the number line. You have another jump of 100. Well, 100 plus 532 is going to give you 632. So that is another jump on the number line. And then you have no tens, so there's no tens to jump, but you have two ones. So 632 plus 1 will give you 634. 600, excuse me, 633. 633 plus 1 will give you 634. So you get the open number line, the jumps are labeled, you have the boxes mixed up, and then you put the boxes on the number line to prove that this is how it is, and it gives you the total or the sum of 634. Hopefully, this helps. If you still have more questions, please send me a parent square. Um, kind of tell me what it is you're still missing. If you need for me to maybe set up a Google Meets, I can certainly do that. I can send you an invitation with a time, and we can all and a link, and we can all log on, and you can talk to me directly, collectively, and ask whatever questions. I'll be glad to do more problems like this, whatever that you need. Of course, if you need to do a Google Meets, it will have to be after school hours. So after 3:30, it gives all the kids a chance to get out. Um, and then I can send you out a link for the Google Meet and the time. I'll log in. You can click the link. I'll let you into the Google Meets, and we can hop right to it. Thanks. Hope it's helpful.